Welcome to the I'm Such a Pisces podcast. We're two friends taking an explorative journey into all things astrology and a little woo. I'm Christine. I'm a creative, intuitive counselor and coach, and astrology enthusiast. We Pisces like to wear all the hats. You can find me on IG at The Dreamy Piscean.
And I'm Shelby. I am a licensed social worker, a big feelings person, and a light skeptic. Here to learn all the astrological things. You can find me on Twitter at Shelby Tweeting, and being a Cancer rising on Instagram at Shelby Cooking Things. Welcome to our show.
Hey, welcome back to the I'm Such a Pisces podcast. We are back after a little break. My name is Christine.
And I'm Shelby.
And welcome back to our little show. We're excited. This is an STS, a shoot the shit episode.
Yes.
So we're just in here.
Minimal segments.
Yes, just kicking it, just kikiing and having a time.
Yes. And I imagine we'll have a lot to kiki about today.
Mm-hmm.
We both had a nice little break. I feel rejuvenated.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. I don't know if that's the right word. Christine and I both were ready to record this morning, and then she was like, I think I'm gonna need an extra 30 minutes. I'm like, great, I'm still in bed. That's totally fine. I am not like, I will take it. The one thing about us is that if you tell me that you're gonna be late, I'll be like, great, more time for me to lay here.
Yes. I said
I never feel more like a Pisces.
And that's what I was going to say. Like I said, I'm very happy that my co-host is also a Pisces because, we understand. Listen, I'm going to be running late. And then Shelby's like, I'm still in bed. I'm like, great. Me too, girl. Like, we're both still in the bed.
Yes. Yeah. And this is a full hour and a half before we're even supposed to record. Right. But like we're awake, but we need the languid time. And sometimes you just need 5 more minutes.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need a little bit longer. Okay?
Just a little bit,
Especially now, now we're both working full time in person most of the time. And it's I feel like when that's happening in my life, like, cause I've been off and on unemployed all year. So now that it's
just
like,
sounds wild, but yes,
it does. It truly, it's July and my employment is really stable for the first time since January, but it's also like, I don't know. I feel like the more structure there is in my day-to-day life, the more languid I get in the time that I have, the free time that I have. Like my social schedule has just like immediately just fucking dropped off.
Girl.
And I was
same.
I was out of the house.
You were out,
I was doing karaoke. Go back and listen to the old episodes. You'll hear me talk about how much fucking social shit I was doing.
Yeah.
And I think maybe it's just a transit where I'm like, okay, or something's happening where I'm just like, it's time to stay in the house and be like,
right. It's that, that Cancer energy, even though, Cancer season's about over. Leo's already been hyped up. I saw a Leo friend on TikTok was like, I'm having a live for my Leos. I'm like, girl, it's not even.
Yeah, we almost a full week.
That was like a couple weeks ago. I was like, girl, y'all be starting a little too early. Let the Cancer finish, please.
They do. They are dramatic sometimes. Okay, funny story about a Leo. I was thinking about one of my good friends is Leo, and I asked her a couple weeks ago, like, what she was planning on for her birthday, because normally she starts planning her birthday in around after my birthday's over, she's planning for her birthday. So, and I asked her, and she was like, no, I don't actually, this year I actually have a lot going on, like, has a lot of things happening. So she actually had not really planned anything. And she texted me and she said that she was thinking about doing a brunch on Sunday, on the Sunday of her birthday. And I was like, okay, cool. I said, that works out actually really well for me. I forgot I have a wedding reception to go to on that Saturday before, which is actually her birthday. So then I could do, I got this wedding reception on Saturday, and then I could do brunch for your birthday on Sunday. And I realized after the fact, I was like, I probably shouldn't have said that, because she just didn't text me back after that. And I know I'm not taking it personally. Like, I think she's probably got a lot going on, but I was like, she probably was like, the fuck? You didn't save the whole weekend for my birthday?
I know that's some Leo shit for real.
I was like,
Excuse me,
that's
you have
something my
other
dad
plans?
would be upset about. He'd be like, what the fuck? You made other plans on the weekend of my birthday? Like, why did you do that?
Right.
You're right. I should have known. I should have known.
Said it's my time. Hello, and I need all of your
Excuse me, who the fuck is getting married on my birthday?
Hello. Who the fuck's getting married on my birthday? Hello? Don't they know
Yeah.
it's my day? It's
Excuse
my
me.
day. Not your day.
No, not today.
Yeah. Gotta love the Leos, you know. You got to
Yeah.
love them, you know.
It is what it is. Good for them.
They
Somebody
are.
has to do it because it encourages the rest of us to be a little, you know, to have a little flair for the
Selfish,
dramatic.
you know, a little think about yourself sometimes. Yeah.
It's good. Everybody needs
Definitely
to do
a flair for the dramatic. I too have a flair for the dramatic, so I understand that piece at least, you know. I too can be a little dramatic.
it. The brand is a little different, but it's all comes out of yeah.
Yes.
It's all a little bit of drama.
A
Speaking
little
of drama, do you want to look at our co-stars about it?
Yes. I've been saving my co-stars this week because there have been some interesting ones. So yeah, I'm interested.
I
to see.
had one yesterday I really liked, and now I can't remember what it is. But this is the first time I've looked at this one today. Okay. My co-star today says, figure out how to be kind. I think I
was
am.
like, oh, is there more? No, that's it. Figure out how to
figure out how to be kind.
Have you not figured that out?
Well, apparently not enough. So I'll be working on that today. Okay. All right.
Get to work, sis.
My do's include taboos, next level, and partners in crime. Sexy. My don'ts include vigilante, not today. Low blows, no low blows, and low standards. High standards.
I don't feel like you're the low standards girly. I feel like your standards are pretty.
Thank you. You're catching me in a high standards time of my life. There have been a lot of times of low standards in my life.
Okay, it's the Pisces. I get it. Like, I'm like, yeah, I feel like my standards have definitely not been the best at times.
I like to think that it's not low standards. It's just like I just trying to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. And like, I see the good in everybody.
Yeah. We really do. Yeah. Yeah.
I think what I have learned is that like I can see the good in somebody and still have them not be for me.
Yes.
That's a valuable
They can still not have access to me. I see their value.
Absolutely.
But they cannot have access to me.
That's right.
That's
right. Yes. I think that's the part that I have struggled with. So we'll take it.
It's very limiting the access parts, that's the struggle. But we working on it. We still, the work is still being done.
Always.
Okay. So my co-star says there's a difference between a tantrum and an argument.
Speaking to the Aries placements, perhaps?
I'm like, I don't know. Have I been accused of tantruming? Like, I don't know. I don't think so.
I've never seen it. I've never seen you throw a tantrum.
Yeah, I'm
you don't really seem like the type.
One, but like I'm not a tantrum girl. Now I will get to arguing, and then I'm like, blood pressure. No, we're not gonna do that.
Not worth it. Not worth it. Yeah,
you're not gonna have me out in the hospital somewhere.
Maybe this is a message for whoever you're arguing with, like for you to be like,
maybe
they're not actually arguing, they're throwing a tantrum,
right? Because tantrum where. So it says do trade books. I don't know if it's trading with people or trade books, like
a book about trade.
Book about trade. Yeah, like about a trade.
What kind of trade?
What kind of trade? Hey.
Sorry.
Trade. We love trade.
Maybe. Always. Okay. Let's see what kind of night you have tonight.
Let's see what kind of night I have tonight. Oh, passive aggression. Is it passive aggressive of me about this invitation? Is that passive aggressive?
I think you should just go.
You think I should go?
I think you should go.
Okay.
Feel out the vibes.
Shelby said I should go.
Because then you're like, well, then it's not passive aggressive.
Right. Don't rush the process.
Oh, shit. Valuable.
But you just said pillow talk. So what is it?
Which one is
it?
Which one do you want it? It'll happen the way it's supposed to.
It will. I'm trying to learn to be in my Libra energy and receive and
Mhm.
patience and all of that. Trying. My last don't is bad angles, and we try to
Okay.
avoid those
No bad
as
angles.
much as
Who? Yeah,
possible.
never do that.
Why would I want to do bad angles?
Yeah.
So that's co-star.
Okay.
It's a little
Okay.
it's giving mixed signals today, like
Don't you hate it when it does that? Because I'm like,
mm-hmm.
which one am I supposed to listen
Because I
to?
want the pillow talk.
Obviously. Obviously. Now, can you do the pillow talk without the no, that's not how that works. Then it's just talk. Then it's just
It is
talk.
just talk.
And no, yeah. Which is good. That's good too. That's
I
good
like
too.
horizontal talking, like you can talk
Horizontal
to me in a
talking. I like
horizontal
that. Trademark
position
that.
anytime.
Sometimes though, you do just need like I've seen somebody talk about this on TikTok, but sometimes you just need floor time. Like sometimes like the
Mm,
confinement of a chair is too much and you need to just be like laid out on the floor.
flat.
You just yeah.
Prostate. Prostrate? Prostrate. I think that's the not
Prostate?
prostate, but prostrates. It's like
Prostrate.
laying flat. Yeah.
I was like, okay, we're getting into some
We're getting
shit here.
different things here. No, not prostate. Prostrates.
Prostrate. Prostrate. Yes. Yes. I can't remember. I remember watching some show sometime, like it's like a crime drama show that I watched a long time ago that took place in the 60s and 70s. And,
Yeah.
some like old school 70s cop was like, wow, I'm going to go get flat now. And he just meant going to sleep. And they just said, he said, I'm going
Get
to go get
flat.
flat. Yeah. And I was like, I think I like
Okay.
that. It really stuck with me.
Different, yeah. Look, I'm gonna go get flat. Like, no, yeah, that might be a different term in my mind.
That's
It's the Aries Mercury. I'm like, nah, I
where
go
the
get
get
flat,
flat.
and like,
Get
like get
flat.
flat, get folded, get all kind of
Okay.
positions.
That get folded. I know we're only 15 minutes into the episode, but I was thinking the other day about obviously on Love Island, they use the term folded
Uh
a
huh.
lot. Sometimes I hear slang terms like that.
Uh
I feel
huh.
like that has been around for a really long time. I feel like people have been saying folded forever. But it's like one of those things that's like very popular to say on TikTok
Yeah.
now. They're using it on Love Island and I'm like, did I just make that up? Has it just always been there or did it just like make sense? Like did the meaning just make sense? And it hasn't really been that widely used.
I feel like, in a general sense, I've heard folded for a while, but not in the way necessarily that I feel like it's used now.
That's fair. Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I think that it's been around for maybe a few years in this context,
Mm-hmm.
but like, so, this person I'm interested in continues to tell me that I keep folding. And I'm like, what am I folding on? Like, what do you mean I'm folding? They're like, every time you talk, he's like, yeah, you just keep folding, you keep folding. I'm like, what am I folding on?
Because some people
But
just use it as a term that means like
you're giving in.
you're giving
Yeah,
in. Yeah, you're
yeah,
like,
uh-huh.
yeah,
But then there's the getting folded, like,
yeah. Yeah. I feel like this episode,
leg,
again, not even
legs.
20 minutes long yet. And the amount of like rubbing my hands together and clapping that I have done on this episode, my mic feedback is going to be
I
out of
know, right?
control. But folded is a term that I keep saying a lot, and obviously
Mm-hmm.
it was very used on Love Island. The other one that I said it out loud the other day, and I was like, no, never again. Because sometimes you read things and you're like, I'm just gonna work that into the vocabulary. I said get cracked the other day, and I've been seeing people. That's like a thing on TikTok right now where people are like, I got cracked before my shift today. Everybody's getting shit for free, or like whatever.
Is that what I think it is?
Yeah, it's exactly what you think it
Mm.
is. Yeah.
I definitely need to get cracked. I mean, like, I was like, now, also my back need to be
Also
cracked a
could
little bit.
stand to get cracked. Hadn't been in the chiropractor in a while, actually. So
The way
could
I
really
woke up
stand to
this
get
morning, I
cracked.
need to go because I was like, oh, I need like a small person to just like on my back, like my
Not
upper
a
back,
small
just
person.
a small person, not a big person now, a small person.
Yeah. Just a little bit of pressure. Just a little bit.
Yeah, just like a little running man on the back, just
You want
just
me to come
something
down
like.
there? I'll just walk on your back for you.
Listen, if you want to make the trip for that purpose, that's fine.
I mean, I might work some other things in while I'm there, but like, yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
with it because I'm like, why do I'm like, I feel like, it's the age thing again. Like you just wake up sometimes, you're like, why am I in pain? Like, why is
Well,
this hurting?
and I know for me, I especially the last couple days, I have been quite languid.
Mm-hmm.
And the more languid I am, the more like body aches I start to have. I'm like, fuck, moving
Yes,
your body actually is good for you.
it is good. It is necessary. Yes. Because otherwise, I'm telling you, the stiffness, just all of that.
Yeah,
And
it's a
I'm like,
lot.
I don't want to live this way. I don't want to be old in a young age
Yeah.
because my
And
body is like, nope.
truly, I think stretching and movement is like the thing that keeps you young. That and like
Yeah.
having stuff to like engage with,
Yeah,
keeps you sharp.
absolutely. I feel like I'm constantly trying to get at least my dad to
Hmm.
like,
Movement.
just some movement, sir. So that's why I've been, trying to, well, he is going to get dragged to pickleball at least
Yes.
once,
Yeah.
as part of his
It's a
Father's
lot of
Day
fun.
gift.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, yeah. I literally told him about your dad. I was like, look, Shelby's dad was resistant at
He was.
first.
He thought that
'Cause
shit was
he thought it was
corny.
for old. Yeah,
He thought it was corny. He thought it was for old people, and he's a Leo. So
yeah, right. He's like,
he's not
I'm a
going to do
youth.
anything
He
that
said,
where
I'm
he doesn't look
youthful.
cool.
Okay. Right. Yeah. So, I'm like, hey, listen, we're just going to go. And I'm like, I feel like he will really enjoy it because he likes to be athletic and he likes a
Yeah.
little competition. I'm like, no,
Hmm.
my mom can't do it like physically. She
Yeah.
like has something that she can't do it. And I was like, that's fine because you don't like to compete anyway. So,
Right. Right.
you know,
Let us go at it.
let's go and and do our thing. And so, yeah. Now that also reminded me, just as an aside, I was talking to my parents the other day. This is not related.
It's a tangent episode. Who
It's a
cares?
yep, yep. And they were, I don't remember what we were talking about, but they mentioned that they've never been to my apartment. And
Mm.
I've lived here a little over 2 years now. And so, and I was like, yeah,
Yeah. And
yep, you've not been here. And I was like, yeah, I was like, really, not a lot of people come over here anyway. Like, I was like,
right.
it's kind of just like my little lair. It's
Hmm.
just where I do my things,
Hmm.
like
Hmm.
limited people come here. And
You
y'all
gotta.
definitely couldn't come here because y'all energy's not right. You won't understand the things that are here.
Yes. I don't need
You
you coming in
already,
and critiquing.
hello, like don't talk
Okay.
about my crystals and whatever
Right.
incense or whatever the hell I got going on over here.
Yes.
Like you gonna bring some different energy that I'm gonna have to sage the shit before and
Yeah.
after you
Yeah.
leave. It's not really, this is not a space for you. And so
No.
they just, I feel like they were a little offended because I was like, yeah. And my dad's like, so you're not going to invite us over? No.
No.
Y'all got a house. I come see you over there.
Right. And you don't want to be over here.
You don't
There's
want to be
like
over here.
limited seating.
There's limited seating.
Okay. I'm not like, unless you just want to come over and see it, and like, what's the point of that? What's the point of that? I'll send you a picture of it if you really
I'll send
want
you
it.
a picture. I feel like I've shown them at least some pictures, not all the pictures, but a
Yeah.
couple things. What you need to see. It ain't for you. So,
Right.
my family just no one. The only person that's been here is my brother, and that was when he was helping me move some
Move
things,
in.
some boxes
Yeah.
in here, and that's the only
Yeah.
time he was here. And no one else has been here. And probably won't be here until I move away from here.
The only other person I can think of is we had a guest on, and they were
Yeah.
at your apartment.
Now has spent many visits. That
Yeah, there was a
particular
time where
person
yeah, he
spent
was
many visits here.
chilling quite a bit over there. And that's other than that, I've never seen another person in your apartment. I've never been to your apartment either.
Shelby's never been to my. I mean, hello,
Now,
Shelby's
granted, I
never
don't
been up
live in
here.
Nashville anymore, so
Right.
like it makes
Yeah.
sense. But even when I have been in town, it didn't work out, and so
I got friends that live here that ain't been here. Like they done been over here. We done met up, parked cars, and we
yeah,
went somewhere else from here.
yeah,
Never came inside.
yeah.
I've never been inside the apartment. I'm like, well,
Because even I think
maybe
the
come
last time
here.
I saw you in person, we met at Pinewood.
Right down the road.
It was just right down the street. I was
Right
like,
down the hill.
yeah, I don't
Never.
need to, I don't need to come up. It's okay. It's cool.
Yeah, like it's like and y'all seen it. Y'all, you see the pictures.
Yeah, I get the vibe. I know it's nice in there. I know it's vibey in there. That's
It's
for sure.
vibey. Sometimes it's messy, and that's why mainly
And that is okay.
I'm like, hey man, nah, you can't come in here because I need to clean up. So until that happens, no.
I saw a friend yesterday. I was out and about, and we had been talking, and I was telling her about this soup that I made. And but I was like, I don't know how to make soup for one person. I made like a bunch, and
Yeah.
she was like, I was like, I'm not gonna eat all this. She was like, hello, I'm right here. I was like, oh yeah, here. So I brought it
Sure.
over to
Were
her. I
you
was like,
hungry?
yes, because I don't want this to go to waste. So I brought her some soup, and she was out on the porch of her apartment when I got there, and she goes, "Are you coming in?" Or and I was like, "No, I think I'm gonna just drop it off. I got some laundry at home. I
Yeah.
gotta finish up." She was like, "Oh, thank God, it's a mess in there. I didn't really want you to come in anyway." I was like, "You could have just said that. You could have just said that. It's okay."
I know that's right. Because I'm like, look, because I will just straight up not invite you in. And I'm like, it's not about you. It's really like, no, I'm not gonna let you see it like that.
Yeah. No, you just don't need to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
still got my dad in me. My dad definitely like, I don't know if this is like, you'll have to tell me if anyone in your family is like this, but like whenever people would come over, first of all, people didn't come over a whole lot, especially like once we moved into my parents' current home. Like I feel like we used to have more friends over when we lived in our smaller home when we lived in Antioch when I was young. But like apparently, my dad's very introverted and like he don't want a lot of people at the house anyway.
Right. Right.
But he also feels a strong need to like clean everything in the house. It dusts everything. Like the house has to be immaculate if somebody's coming over. So there was never anyone dropping by.
Right. Right. Yeah.
I remember literally a friend did drop by. One of his friends dropped by one day, and it was like, "What do you mean he's at the door?" Like we answered the door, and it was like,
what?
"Oh, Mr. Moore is here," and he's like, "What you mean? There's no time to clean. You just gotta
Why?
Because
I did not invite him over. Like,
right?
yeah. No,
And the house is never that bad, but it's just like, yeah.
Yeah. You asked if there was anybody in my family like that. It's me.
Yeah.
I'm the person
You're
in my family like that. I'm like, hey, if you're coming into my house, I want it to look like no one lives here. And if I clean it, don't sit on anything, don't touch anything. It's not as bad as it used to be. I think I'm a lot less uptight about that shit than I used to be. But yeah, I try to keep a tight ship around here, you know.
Shelby got the plastic on the sofa, honey. Like,
I would.
It's like, don't get off of that.
I know. It's like such a fine line because I want to be comfortable,
yes.
But I also like I feel more settled when things are organized and or like at least what I can see is if I always tell people don't open any of the closets in my house. Yes. Everything's just gonna fucking fall on top of you. Like everything I shoved in the closet that I didn't want to look at anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the living room,
problem,
the kitchen is fine.
Yeah. I love a pile. Like, it just be piles. Like I'm looking at my coffee table right now. It's just like, what is all this stuff? It'd be mail. Like I'm really bad with mail. I need to keep a shredder. I don't know. I don't have a personal shredder, but I need to at least have a box so I can take it to my parents' house and shred the things.
Yeah.
Because why is there so much mail? And why is there so much mail? Stop sending me shit. Stop sending them bills.
My friend who is a mail carrier, I remember her talking about the main frustration, not the main, there's a lot of frustrations about being a mail carrier, but like one of the big complaints was like, I'm just delivering trash to people, essentially.
So much trash.
I gotta carry around this trash.
Yeah. All them little mailers, advertisements, postcards and stuff that people don't want. And I'd be like, I want to stick it back in the little slots.
Take it back. Take
this shit back. Our apartment complex used to have a trash can in the mailroom. They removed the trash can, so now I have to take the trash to my apartment.
Probably because it was just full of mail.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right
like this, don't put this stuff in here, please. Because it's wasteful. I feel bad about throwing it away. I have not been great at recycling since I moved into this apartment. I used to be better about taking my stuff. We don't have a pickup here. So you got to take it somewhere.
Yeah.
And then that's another thing I got to do. So then I end up throwing stuff away and I feel bad, but I'd still do it.
Yeah. I get it. Hey, I feel like it's problematic how satisfying it feels to me to throw stuff away.
Hmm.
Like, because then, then I'm throwing too much stuff away. It's like,
Yeah.
I could probably stand to save a few things and just be a little more patient. Like maybe I'll need this again or, less waste, whatever. But like I will take the mail. I will get the mail out of the mailbox, look at it,
Yeah.
and then immediately be like, trash, trash, trash. Because
I
if I
love it.
don't, it will just like pile
It
up like
piles
that.
up.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm like, why are there so many pieces of mail?
Yeah.
You don't have to send this every month. And yeah, stop sending me bills. I'm gonna go online. Maybe send me
Now,
a reminder to
I do
pay it,
think
but
you can change your set. I think you can
you
change your
can,
online
yeah. There are
settings.
some
I
of
was
those
like,
that you can not get
but
paper
that's just
bills.
another thing to do. It's just another thing to
Am I
do.
gonna think about it? No, I'm not gonna think about going online and saying, "Can I make me this?" I feel like when I sign up for things, I usually sign up for paperless,
Hmm.
but like bank stuff, like please
Yeah.
don't send me anything in the mail. Like email me,
Hmm.
whatever, but please don't send paper mail.
Sometimes there's some things that I will get paper mail for because it feels like it's important. Like if I
Yeah.
get there's sometimes you get like if you get like a paper bill or something, like it feels
Mhm.
like okay, I have to. So like for whatever reason, my gas bill and my electric bill are on auto pay, and so
Mhm.
those I don't get mail for.
Mhm.
But I do get my water bill in the mail because it's for whatever reason I like can't set up auto pay on that. And so like
Interesting.
if I get it, then I know it's like, oh, okay, I have to go online and pay the water bill.
Now, I will say that water bill, yeah, that one we don't. Well, ours is tied into our apartment, but like whenever I've
Mm.
had a water bill, I
Uh-huh.
need to see that bill because first of all, I need to see what the number is because sometimes,
Yeah.
like, why is it so high? I ain't used
Right.
that much water, so what am I paying for out here in these streets? What's going on that I'm paying for? But also, I will forget to pay the water bill. Like,
Yeah.
hands
Yeah.
down, gonna forget the water bill.
The first month I lived here, I forgot to pay the water bill. I like immediately had to pay a late fee. I was like, God damn it, I'm usually really good about this kind of shit. And it just did whoop. Too
That
much
water
other
bill
stuff
gonna
going
get
on.
me every time. Electric
Yeah.
bill, not difficult. Because I'm always like, no, they will turn your ass off now.
Right. They sure will.
They will
They
turn that
sure
shit right
will.
on off. And you'd be like, oh, oops.
Oops.
But yeah, the water bill, I'm like, man, I will definitely forget that one.
Hmm.
So it is such a small bill that you're like, I'm sorry, my bad.
Yeah,
Has it
it's
racked up
not.
to $30 now? I'm sorry.
No.
Oops.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of forgetting to do things and paying bills and
Mm.
online things, should we talk about the fact that we're now officially in a Mercury retrograde?
It's here. I've been like, I keep checking for it. I'm like, is it time yet? I know it was coming. And then I looked the other day or on Thursday and I was like, oh, it's today. It's
It's
today.
today. I feel like so far, fingers crossed, everything's been okay, but I am trying to stay vigilant because that's what you're supposed to do, right? You
Mm-hmm.
gotta
Mm-hmm.
review, you gotta what are the R's again? Reflect,
All the
reflect, review, release.
release,
Yeah,
all of
all
the
those R
things.
words.
Yep.
Yeah. So I've just been trying to stay vigilant and it's so I'm still new in my job, so I'm trying not to send any emails without double triple checking what I'm sending and saying and doing. Yes, because that it could be a thing.
Could be it.
Now, I know I had this a little bit later, but I did want to bring up a very Mercury retrograde thing that happened
Yes.
that we all saw on the internet where a very high profile CEO of Astronomer, which is like the tech company, got caught in an affair at a Coldplay concert with his HR chief,
With the
no less.
HR chief.
With
Us
the
about the
HR
HR.
chief.
It's always the fucking HR. I'm telling you, HR is a problem.
Yeah. So
And I used to work in
uh,
HR.
I
Shelby
work in
currently
HR
works in there.
now.
Yeah.
Like, I work in HR right now for the first time. And I'm, like, oof, okay, well, lesson number one of what not to do is have an affair with the
Don't be out here in the
CEO
streets with your side piece
in
at a whole
public.
concert.
Yeah, so I think Chris Martin is he. I think that's his
Mm-hmm.
name, the lead
Mm-hmm.
singer of Coldplay.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a kiss cam at the show, and they put this. these two on there, and like people have taken stills of their faces, like they're both just like wide-eyed, like, oh no, like, and he's like, either they're having an affair or they're just really shy.
I mean, literally, when the camera got on them, she immediately like throws her hands up over her face, and then he ducks down, and she goes around this other lady and ducks down as well. And I'm like, no, wait a minute, now you know that's some affair type shit, because like that ain't shyness.
Would have just acted normal, people would have been
nobody would have thought anything
okay.
of it.
Somebody probably would have sussed it out.
Yeah.
But the fact that, like, again, he's like a very high profile CEO. Somebody probably would have seen that and been like, huh.
What's that? Wait a minute.
But like, yeah, the more you try to hide something like that, especially during a motherfucking retrograde, okay, the more you try to stuff down, hide it, whatever, that shit is gonna come to light eventually. Yeah.
What they say, you know, what's done in the dark, okay? You can't listen. Everything's gonna come to the light. We've talked about it time and time again. Like, it's going to come to the light. Like, you can hide, you can be running around, somebody gonna see it, somebody gonna say something, something will happen. Get an accident with your side piece. Like, well, who was that in the car with you?
The way that has happened to me before.
Wait a minute. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it was in college, and it was really not that big of a deal because nothing untoward was actually happening, but like the situation looked bad.
Yeah.
So it was like, I was dating one person, and then me and him broke up, and then I got together with another person, and then we were together for a little while, and then we broke up, and I got back together with the first person. So it was a Scorpio that I was with, and then Scorpio and I broke up, got together with a Taurus. Taurus and I broke up, got back together with the Scorpio. But then ultimately, me and the Taurus ended up back together. And in that little time frame, it was in college, me and the Taurus were in a class together. We were in a Spanish class together. And I knew that it was just an excuse to see me. It was like, I really need help with this homework. I know it was an excuse. And, you know, I'm fluent in Spanish. I was just taking this shit because I needed something to up my GPA a little bit.
Yeah, easy A, absolutely.
And I was like, okay, come over. I'll help you with your paper or whatever. But obviously I did not tell the person that I was dating that I was going to help him with his homework, because I was like, I don't need to go through this whole, I was like, whatever, so it'll be fine. He doesn't care anyway. Well, we like were in the car together. We were like doing the homework together. While we're doing the homework, he's like, okay, thank you for helping me. If you want, I'll smoke you out. Let's go to the gas station, get a blunt wrap real quick, and then we'll come back and then I'll leave you alone. I was like, all right, that's fair payment. So we're in the car on the way to the gas station, and then we pass the guy that I'm dating, and he's like, I could see him like making a face, just being like, like, what is this?
Who the fuck are you with?
In the car, and I'm like, oh, fuck, now I gotta explain this. This looks so bad.
And now I gotta explain this. Is that what I thought there was?
And that was the day that I learned that being transparent is best, actually. It's like, maybe you should tell somebody that ahead of time, so then you don't look like you're covering your tracks later. It's many eons ago, but that did happen to me one time.
We all gotta learn. We be trying to sneak and do shit. I've been caught in some shit. I mean, not by a partner, but I've been caught doing shit I wasn't supposed to be doing. Like, oh, somebody came home early. You're like, oh, there's my mom.
That has happened to me as well. That happened to me one time too. My mom was supposed to be gone all day. I was in high school. And again, it was just, we weren't even fucking. It was just like a friend of mine that came over, but nobody was supposed to be there. And so I was like, oh, fuck, my mom's here. Like, I can hear her pulling into the garage. So I'm like, you gotta leave. He runs out the back door, goes around, like his car is in front of the house. Like, she already knows somebody's there.
I'm sure here. Yes.
She already knows. And I'm like, then she's like, were you fucking him? And I was like, no, we weren't even fucking. We were just chilling. It was not even a thing. Like, so I'm like, look, just be transparent. Be fine.
I'm telling you, that was a time. Like, well, I too was not fucking him, but I was straddling that man. And we were on the couch in the living room, and literally my peripheral vision, the front door, all of a sudden I see my aunt's face in the little windows on the side of the door. And I'm like, my God. And she hadn't seen me yet, but I see her. I'm like, fuck. Like, what do you do? His car's in the driveway. They can't get in the driveway because his car's in the driveway. Ain't no
Also,
running, baby.
First move.
We go.
Don't park in the driveway.
Don't park in the driveway.
Trap yourself in. Why would you do that?
We trapped. I mean, she immediately, my mom got in there. She was like, I'm calling your parents, young man. Like,
excuse
and
me.
this man was almost like, he was, I don't know, he was a junior at the time. He wasn't a senior. But like, his parents really probably didn't care as much.
Probably not.
But,
yeah.
they're like,
and also
nah.
if it's a boy, like they usually are like, whatever.
Yeah. So I was all embarrassed, of course. Then my friends at school were like making fun of me, like, Christine can't sneak. Like, she don't know how to sneak, which I didn't. I'm like, look, don't. Like, look, I got to just move in the light because I can't. I'm not good at the creeping. Like, I'm not good at it.
You know what's funny is like when I was in high school, I thought that I was really good at it. Like I thought I could and it's just, it blows my mind that I'm sure I've told you this before, but like I would say, like, me and one of my friends would be like, okay, I'm going to say I'm staying at your house. You say you're staying at my house. We're going to stay at some house where there's a party, whatever. And, my dad's a musician. So he's like playing a gig on a Saturday night and then he gets done. My mom's with him. It's like 1-2 o'clock in the morning. And they're just like, it's probably my mom being a Scorpio and being like a little bit drunk and being like, let's see if Shelby is where she said she was. So literally what she said multiple times, they would drive to my friend's house and be like, is her car there? No, it's not. It's not. And they wouldn't call me. They wouldn't call me. They wouldn't like tell me about it. I didn't know this until I was an adult. I would just show back up the next morning and be like, hey, what's up? And they'd be like, did you have a good night? And I'd be like, yeah, we had fun. And my mom would just be over there like, I know you're lying to me. But like,
that Scorpio, she just, she gonna sit on that shit. She gonna sit on it.
For 15 years, she sat on that shit. She hates to see somebody getting away with something, like thinking they're getting away with something and like lying to her. But also, why didn't you just fucking tell me?
She held that shit together. I'll say that.
Yeah.
My mom did not. Like, no, my stepmom, not a Scorpio, but she definitely, we call her she was definitely the ops now. She was definitely like trying to find out what you were doing. And then, I know you weren't over here. I know I have people in places and you don't know who I know. And Like we used to say she had a spy network, like, cause I mean, she had the other parents reporting back shit. I'm like, God damn, don't y'all got some shit to do and to be worried about what I'm over here doing? Like,
yeah, that I was always grateful that like, I mean, my parents knew my close friends' parents, but like they didn't all hang out together. It's not like all the parents were friends. They weren't like in a circle with these people or anything. So like if I would tell them about some random person, they'd be like, I don't know who that is. But like other people's parents, because I went to a Catholic high school, so like other people's parents, like they all knew each other and they're like, oh, such and such, and that kid's doing this and blah blah blah. And like I was kind of an outsider, so I was always like kind of grateful for that. But yeah, I was like,
these folks now, and it's like interesting because of course now as a much older person, I'm like, I can see the value in some of that. Like, now I ain't about to be chasing you down, like, but I'm gonna know who you hanging out with.
Yeah.
Who is that? No, let me talk to their parents because I don't, you just really can't trust people like that anymore either. So
yeah, that too.
with your kids. So you're like, no, I need to know who you hanging out with. Where do they live? What's their parents' number? Let me talk to them before you go over there. But after that, like, I don't know, because I'm trying to do me. So I'm not trying to, like, you need to be wherever you said you're going to be.
Yes.
Because if I'm going to be mad if something happened and you weren't where you're supposed to be.
Right. Nothing bad better happen. Like, and I think that was always my parents' thing is like, well, we're not going to say anything about this until it actually becomes a problem. And it was never a problem. Like, I was not where I said I was, but I was probably doing things I shouldn't have been doing, but no cops ever got called.
Right.
No, I never got in trouble with anybody else's parents. Like I was just out drinking and carrying on. And then I showed up the next day and everything was fine. And so they were like, I think they just kind of were like, we're going to pick our battles here.
Yeah. Now, see, I wasn't drinking in high school. My brother apparently was. Now,
Oh,
after I was
scandal.
gone, right? Like, now, my mom found some liquor bottles in his backpack one day, and she poured all that shit out.
I bet.
Poured it out. I mean, I was like, oh, I know you were hurting because from what it sounded like, it was some decent liquor. And I was like, well, damn, sir.
First of all,
Like,
where did you get this?
hello?
Who's
Like,
buying this for you?
who's buying it? Like, what y'all drinking on? Like, damn,
Right?
y'all in high school drinking like something that
Because
costs
mine was
money?
always like, buy me the biggest plastic handle of vodka that you can find.
Right. It's like they out here drinking Casamigos. I mean, Casamigos wasn't around, but
Sure.
basically, like they
Something
was out
like
here
that.
drinking
Yeah.
something like that. I'm like, wait a minute now.
Yeah. Yeah. It wasn't, well, especially because I think I probably started drinking like sophomore, junior year of high school.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time I was a senior, I had a job and I knew like 21, 22-year-olds that I was working with. And so I could be a
Mm-hmm.
little more choosy. I'd be like, can you go across the street, go to the liquor store and get me XYZ?
Yes.
But for a long time, it was like, I don't know, whatever we can get. Literally, and whatever I can drink, I will
Everclear,
take.
just whatever. Like we was drinking all kind of stuff that I would
Never.
gag to have to drink today. Just Boone's Farm, just all kind of foolishness.
Boone's Farm.
Smirnoffs. Like
Had such a flashback about Boone's Farm. One of my high school boyfriend's moms, she was a crack up. I loved her. She like had him really young and then got remarried and then had like much younger kids. So he was kind of like, him and her were really cool. He got away with a lot. Like that was her baby kind of thing. She ran an in-home daycare and she would let me spend the night at their house. We would sleep in the same bed. Like she didn't give a fuck. She was like, whatever, it's fine. She was like I'd rather you drink here where I can supervise you kind of parent. And I went over there one day and she's like, I have something for you. And it was like bottles of Boone's Farm. Like she consistently bought me like a 16, 17-year-old bottles of Boone's Farm. And like I went on vacation with their family and she bought me some Boone's Farm. It was like, here you go. And I didn't even like it. Like it hurt my tummy. But she kept buying it for me. And I was in high school, so I was like, okay, I guess.
It's like the kids love it. Like the kids don't love it, but it's cheap.
It was like at the time I was like, she's cool. And like as an adult, I'm like, she was cool, but something was wrong with that lady.
Hello? Because I'm like, look, what I'm not doing is supplying. Like, I will not be supplying, especially with my own money. Excuse me? Not me spending money to supply children alcohol. Absolutely not.
So she also ran an in-home daycare, and I remember going over there to their house one time, and she had a baby on one arm and a cigarette in the other, and she was like, he's upstairs, like, go on, come on in, make yourself comfortable. Like, I was like, okay, thanks.
Ma'am, put that cigarette out around that baby.
Yeah. She's a really nice lady. Yeah.
The things we used to do, I'll tell you. Not the cigarette and the baby. And you need that cigarette if you got that baby. You need the cigarette, but you need to wait until the baby is down. So
yeah. Wild time.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Come a long way.
We have been it's a true tangent episode. Do you want to take a quick little break and then maybe we come back and we talk about the Love Island finale?
Yes.
Let's do it. All right. We'll be right back, y'all. Hey, y'all. We're back. Once again, we kind of got off track because we were sitting here and we were like, oh, we should push the button. We should just record this and, because we just started talking. Because that's really what this podcast is, literally just two friends talking. And sometimes we forget to record. Right. And we just like went on so many cute little tangents
that you would have probably enjoyed hearing.
We talked about tomato martinis. We talked about taking yourself to dinner. We talked about Geminis and how they always have somebody waiting in the wings for them.
In the wings. Yes. I aspire, honey. I'm like, look, teach me.
Look, I love it when somebody can just put themselves out there. And, I am guilty of the same. It's been a while since I've needed to do it, but, it's not hard.
How to put my eggs in all these multiple baskets. That's the lesson I need.
There you go.
Spread them eggs around, girl.
Spread it around. There you
I
go.
used to do it like, I just, it's hard to get back to the spreading
We
of.
got to get you a roster.
I
Got to
need a
get you back on the
roster
roster
again. What
game. Yeah.
happened? Yeah, like I've been trying to be married and shit. Like,
We're too dreamy and romantic over here.
too romantic. Oh my God. It's so much.
Speaking of romance, do you want to talk about the Love Island finale?
Let's talk about Love Island.
Okay, so officially it's wrapped. I am tired. Like by the time I was like so ready, I was
Yes.
telling Christine I want to watch season 6. Now that I've seen season 7, I like kept up with the voting for the most part. And now that I have done that, I want to watch season 6, but I needed a break. It felt like a heavy season.
It was a heavy season. There was a lot of heaviness. There was a lot of heaviness, like from what was going on inside the villa, what was going on social media, people digging through people's stuff, people getting put off the show mid-show because racist comments, like all kind of stuff going
Twice
on.
in one
Twice in one
season.
season. This ain't never happened. It ain't never happened, as far as I know.
Yeah,
So I'm like, what the hell going on?
It's also really funny to me that so I enjoyed explaining bits and pieces of the season to my partner because he was not really watching, but he would, he's on TikTok, so he would get the content every now and then. He'd be like, I keep hearing about Huda, and I'm like, oh, I bet you do have that all over your For You page. All the legs and
all that ass moving and waving and jiggling and wiggling.
So occasionally he'd be like, oh, he's like, I keep hearing about he's the day before I watched the finale. So spoilers begin here if you haven't seen it, I guess. Come on now, it's been like 3 weeks.
Yeah, you're gonna have to catch up.
He said it was the day what happened that day. So the finale came on that night. I was doing something that night and I was like bound and determined, I'm not gonna get on TikTok, I'm not gonna get on social media because I don't want to know who won until I watch it. Right. Now then I had some time. I watched the episode over my lunch break at work because I was like, I can't wait that long.
Yeah.
But I already had an idea of who had won. And so I woke up that morning and I was like knowing that I was going to watch the episode at some point that day. And Sam gets up and he's like, who won? And I was like, oh, I don't know. I haven't watched it yet. And he was like, was it Amaya? I keep seeing things on the internet about Amaya. Amaya. And I was like, why did you just spoil it for me?
Why did you just say that? I ain't seen it yet.
And I just had to be like, he's just asking. He doesn't know. He just keeps hearing about this lady on TikTok. And I'm like, oh yeah, Amaya Papaya.
Yeah. Side note, also, I just saw some content today. I was telling Shelby earlier that I too needed a break after this season. And so I have not really consumed much social media content post the finale until like this morning. And then I saw a few things, one of which was Amaya with a bowl of papaya.
Yes.
I was just like, I just look at you eating some papaya, girl.
Everything I've like, people are still just so like, she's gotten off the island. She has maintained, this is very genuinely her personality. I didn't realize she was one of the only people who did not have somebody running her social media account while she was on the island, which is kind of cool. I think that's nice. And to have still won without her own social media.
Yeah.
People want to see the genuine connections. Yeah. I had this thought the other day. So let me be a Pisces, with some heavy Aquarius placements for a minute while I get this thought out. But there were several times while I was watching this season. So this is my, again, first Love Island experience for real. So take that for what it is. Several times throughout the season where I would watch an episode and I would get like real riled up about something that was happening. And I'd be like, oh my God, I can't believe so-and-so did this. And like, as you said, like the blood pressure goes up. And then I thought to myself, like, okay. And then like the next day or 2 days, I'd be like, they're just a person. It's cool. Like whoever I was mad at the day before would like, do something very human on the show. And I'd be like, it's fine. I was just caught up in the whirlwind of it all. But then I had the thought of like, I'm having a human reaction to seeing these people's human reactions. Like, I got upset and then I gave it some space and I was like, it's actually not that big of a deal. The producers of the show are having the same thoughts and reactions, right? So they're reacting to the audience's reaction in this big way, but like, removing people and putting these two people together and then this and then this. And then do they then have the thought that they're like, maybe we overreact, maybe we swung too far? Like, sure, because I think that was the entire season. It was too much overreach by the producers. And that's all. It's just really stuck on that thought.
I agree. I think, and I think it came from the very beginning or off the heels of last season with what was very organic. Everything, of course, last season was produced. I'm not going to say like there weren't,
Sure.
there's
They're always
producers
produced.
always, right? Yeah, it's always produced. But the things that happened last season were a lot more organic, and they saw that success and like we want to keep that same level because when you have a really great season of anything, right? You're always thinking about how do we keep at least the same or go above, right?
Right.
So the only way to take that above is to do something, right? Because again, that happened on its own. So we would have to be producing some things to try to make this thing happen again. So there's a lot of people that felt like you're trying to make PPG happen again. And like you have these two Black girls and this one girl that could be interchangeable. And honestly,
racially
like
ambiguous.
That ethnicity, yes, one racially ambiguous girl, like because that ethnicity could be interchangeable with multiple just as long as you can't really tell what exactly she is or what exactly her ethnicity is. They tried, to do that, and then like some of the relationships, the Nicolandria, like the initial setting them up or making them couple up or go home, which who's going to choose to go home?
Obviously, I'm going to pick, yeah.
And of course, now for us that were fans of Nicolandria, like, yeah, but also now by that point, I was at this, like, Alandria needs to go home because she was obsessed with Taylor at that point.
Yes.
And I just could not continue to see my sis looking out here just down bad behind Taylor.
This scoliosis ass motherfucker. All the memes of him really taking
the body
me out.
just
too many years of horse riding, I think.
Something, because I'm like that, and the way he kissed, I'm like, I swear to you, if any man ever tried to kiss me that way, that just would be
just the duck
turn
lips.
off. I don't want to do it.
Yeah,
like,
no.
That does not look like you like me. But then it seems like he kind of kissed Clark similarly. Not as bad.
Not as bad
as with the one with Olandria, but I'm like,
yeah. I agree. I was tired of him, and I wanted to see her go home only to maintain her dignity.
Yes, that's what it was about. Love Olandria down. I'm glad that things seem to be working out with Nick. Seemingly.
So, okay, let's talk about it. Because there was, again, with the overreach of the producers. Okay, so clearly when they got put together, that I think tipped them off that like people want to see us together, right? Something outside of us wants to see us together.
Yeah.
And then the families came in, and the families too reinforced that narrative of, people like, I saw a lot of commentary about the overreach of the people coming in, the families especially, telling them little bits and pieces about the outside and like how they're being perceived. Which, first of all, such a social experiment, mindfuck kind of thing to be like, okay, what are the people who are watching me right now? What are they saying about me on the outside?
Yeah.
Like that just blows my mind. It's like trying to imagine what I would do in that situation. Like, how do you react? That, and then the date where on the finale, they're walking along the beach, and I thought they were going to do this for every couple.
Yeah.
But it was just Nick and Alandria that read the fan letters of like, here's what we see when we see you guys together. Clearly now they know people are standing us together. Nick Alandria is a thing. And now they're on the outside together, and they're still very much like, they're doing these podcasts together, they're doing these videos together. Is it do you think it's genuine? Or do you think they just know that people want to see them together?
I have maintained that I do think that Nick very much likes Olandria.
Marcel.
I think Marcel. I'm like, Marcel. Okay, yes for Marcel, because you know that's my baby Keith's middle name
I
too.
know, I
Um,
remember. But it's a very black name.
very black name. I'm like, interesting.
Okay,
Marcel. Just like, I mean, I remember the baby episode. I'm like, where is Marcel coming in? And I
yeah.
was like, Alandria? And I'm like, oh, that's Nick's middle name? What?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Interesting.
Okay.
I would like to know the origin of that
hmm
story for another day. But
Yeah.
oh gosh, okay.
So
So
do you
when
the question was, do you see them together? Like, do
is
you
it
think that
genuine?
it's genuine? Yes.
Yes.
Or do you
So
think
I
they
think
just
that
see?
Nick feels that. I think he very much likes Alandria. I
hmm
think Alandria likes Nick, but I think one, she was so into Taylor. And
She
so it
was.
kind of takes a second to shift, especially for someone like her. It's a slow burner. Like she was really attached to that idea. And so
hmm
she had to detach from that idea. And now, like, okay, Nick, like my friend, my homie over here, like,
Yeah.
so I think it
Nikki
took
Poo.
her a little longer. Right. Nikki Poo, and he was like, I just want to be Nick. I was like, oh, he said, I want
Yeah,
to be,
he's
I want you to
Nick is
see me
saying
as
all the right
grown.
things. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Like he's like, I don't want to be Nikki Poo to you. I want.
hmm
Okay, I like it.
hmm
Uh, so I think she's kind of slowly warmed up more to that idea.
hmm
Now, I will say, very interesting the overreach overall in this particular relationship
hmm
because doing things we've not done before. One, altogether, they usually don't have families come to the island
Right.
for
Right.
family day. That is usually just a call, like how they set it up originally with Amaya and
Yes.
Brian.
Yeah.
They got the screen out there. We're getting our family times. Also,
hmm
that usually is like away. Like the other islanders don't usually actually see how that
Yeah.
call is going. It's usually like a
Yeah.
kind of a private thing. So that was interesting, but I guess that was the setup so they could surprise them with them being
Right.
there in
With
person.
everybody. Yeah.
That's interesting. Two, the fact that they allowed them to talk about how America was perceiving them all together,
hmm
because that's not usually a thing either.
hmm
And then the date, their particular date with the fan notes and things like
hmm
that. I've never seen that done.
That
I've
felt
seen notes from family and
manipulative.
like loved ones,
Uh-huh.
like in certain dates, because all the dates are always different. And I've always had the question of like, how do they choose who has what kind of date? Because some dates seem like Iris and Pepe, like maybe that's just them. Because I was like, that's the date I want. Like,
That
what?
yeah, they
You better
went
take me.
snorkeling. Like,
Right,
how do
snorkeling and
they
shit.
do
Right.
they ask you your preferences ahead of time? Were they
Right.
just
That's
yeah.
always a wondering of mine because I'm like, now some of the dates I'd be like, I would be kind of like, this what I get.
Yeah, you guys got to go snorkeling and I
Y'all got
got
to,
to sit here. We're going for a stroll and we're reading fan letters. Like,
right?
yeah.
We just walking on
Yeah.
the beach. That's it. Okay, I guess. So, but yeah, that was interesting that they let them read like fan letters because usually, like any kind of letters are usually from like your family, your loved ones, people
hmm
like that. So that was, yeah, there was a lot of overreach into that relationship in particular.
hmm So it that when I it's so hard to tell because now I'm watching Nick's very active on TikTok, and so I see him. He posted a video the other day. It's him and Alandria together on the couch watching Medea. And then, like, obviously, the first thing that both Shelly and Alandria did, not the first thing, one of the first things they did when they got off the island was they went and got their hair done. They're like, I'm sick of
Mm-hmm.
these fucking braids that we've
Mm-hmm.
had this entire time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so he was like on live and somebody was like, asking him about Alandria's hair. And he was like, oh, yeah, like, just, like, I don't know. Nick strikes me as someone who is comfortable around Black people and who has spent
Yeah.
time around Black people. Like, he's
Yeah.
not
Not around
clearly.
black.
I think I saw someone else do a video about this of like some of the terms that he uses and stuff like that. And then they were talking about like his suit for the finale. They were like, "Oh, look, he's already got the black wife, the black
Listen,
wife."
the black wife effect, black girlfriend effect. Yeah,
Yeah.
that suit was clean. I was like, come on, Nick. Yes. Better
Well,
match your
and
woman.
at first I was kind of like, I don't know about the suit, and then I saw what she was wearing,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, oh, they look good together.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I see him on TikTok. I see them interacting, and it feels like very genuine.
Yeah.
But it's hard for me not to immediately think about all the producer overreach. And like, if someone is
Yeah.
telling you that something is good like this for this long, then you're bound to believe it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think the other thing about it is though, they were friends. They have a solid
Yes,
base of friendship. And I
that's
think,
true.
with that, you can definitely grow romantic feelings. It's something that people talked about even with Taylor and Alandria when they were together. In
Yes.
past seasons, people have done things like, hey, I'm not feeling this spark with you at this time. I don't know if something more is going to grow. I don't, maybe it will, maybe it won't, but I don't feel it right now. So we can continue as a friendship couple. Like they're very clear about those things. So it
Right.
was always like, why couldn't Taylor just say, I just don't feel that for you right now. Maybe something will
Yes.
grow. Maybe it won't. I mean, again,
Because he's a
Serena Cordell,
boy.
right. Yeah,
He's a
right.
boy who
True.
doesn't know how to
We're
communicate
expecting
very
men to
well.
do. Yes, yes,
Yes.
exactly.
But yes, that would have been the right thing. People would not have felt any
Mm-hmm.
way about him. Like honestly, I liked him and Clark's connection. They were cute together.
Absolutely. Yes.
They
Yes.
seem to
Like,
genuinely really like each other.
I am really happy for them. We just all wish he would have handled Alandria differently.
Yes. Because
Everyone
she's
would have been
just
fine.
so fucking
Fucking
pretty. Like
queen. Yeah. Like, come on now. The fuck?
yeah.
What do you mean you're not attracted? I'm like, oh, okay. All right. I don't
I
understand
see
that.
clearly I have consumed a lot of content about this because I feel like I just keep saying I saw a video about this. But I saw someone else talking about how they were like, I hope that Alandria skips the influencer phase. Like she does not
Mm,
need to be an influencer. She needs to be a fucking high fashion model. Like because she has the facial structure, the
yes.
body, the style. And then
Yes.
they were talking about how a lot of the clothes that she wore on the show, I followed a TikTok account that was like, you like this outfit? It's this, and this. A lot of her
Mm-hmm.
clothes were like Shein or Fashion Nova or something like that, like not super expensive, but she
Yeah.
just makes everything look elegant.
Yes.
Everything.
Now, I will say I was actually reading a thread on Reddit this morning about that very thing, and people were kind of back and forth about it. So here's the thing that I thought, and then people were discussing as well. I would love to see Alandria do high fashion. Here's the problem. One, she's short, so she can't do runway. Now,
Right.
occasionally they
Yeah.
might make an exception, but for the most part, her height excludes her from runway. Also, her body measurements exclude her from runway because she can't
Right.
fit them sample
Because she's
sizes.
not like stick
She's got
skinny.
ass and titties. Like,
Yeah.
that ain't gonna happen. So that excludes her from runway work.
Right.
Then you have commercial work in print that doesn't necessarily actually pay really well.
Yeah. That's true.
So she would do better financially as an
As an
influencer
influencer.
and be able to like negotiate which brand she wants to work with and promote.
Right.
But like we would all love to see because she's amazingly gorgeous.
Yes.
And we would all love to see her just on covers and other things. And she should still do those things, but
Yes.
influencing really is a much higher paying gig
It is.
than
And that's
just
why so
straight
many
up
people get
modeling.
into it. That's why so many people want to be on this show. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's why so many people are willing to sacrifice their
Their
well being.
reputation, well being,
Yeah.
all the yeah.
To be on this show because it pays.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Truly. And that's what
Pays.
that's what people know. Like, look, if I can come out of this with my reputation intact and be well liked,
And
hey.
even people like Huda, who we can talk about that if you want, but I know we feel the same about that whole situation. But she, a lot of people really don't like her, but enough people do that she's gonna have the same
She'll be
brand
fine.
deals. She's gonna be just fine.
Mhm.
Yeah. Now mentally, question marks about that, but financially, she's gonna be great.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I really do, I don't want to spend too much time on Huda because I think we'll be repeating the same things. But like, yeah, I just want her to go to therapy, girl. Like, work through that shit because it's nothing that I think she couldn't work through, but she
Yes.
definitely needs to do some work around
Yes.
relationships that she's had and all of that.
I will. Okay, so one question about her that I have for you,
Yeah.
and then we can move on from her. But and really, it's about just the whole situation. So that day, that date with her and Chris at the end.
Knuckle carrying.
I'm not gonna. How did
I'm
you
not gonna
feel
carry
about
you.
I'm not gonna carry you? Because when I watched it, my initial reaction was like, yeah, fuck you. I'm not carrying you. You just basically broke up with me. But then I
Yeah.
saw a lot of people that feeling like a lot of people being like, I'm not a Huda apologist, but I still feel like should have agreed to help her right there. And I was like, he had no obligation to do that. He wasn't rude about it. He was just very matter of fact.
Yeah, so I feel the same. First, I laughed. As I said, that's petty as hell, and that's my level of petty. Because he sure carried her down there. Now, my gripe was honestly because I've seen, I don't know if it was Love Island, but somebody did a date like this before, and it annoys the fuck out of me when they like to make a damn floating platform, and you got women coming in formal dresses and heels.
Yes.
How
Help me
am I
out
getting
here.
to the fucking platform?
Help me out.
Like, it's very pretty, but it's
Mhm.
not practical at all. How am I gonna get there? So, okay,
Well,
he carried
yeah.
her the first time, and so then they done broke up. The poor awkward singer, she's out here like, "Forever."
How y'all do? How y'all doing?
I-
Hey, hey.
yes, so
Yeah.
awkward ass dinner. They done broke up. That's why I was like, they should have disqualified them. They should have just disqualified them. Like, I don't know why we had to be forced to watch this bullshit, but
I
you
wanted to
know,
see Ace and Shelly on a date. Like I would have
I would
much
have
rather
rather
watched
seen Ace
that.
and Shelly on a date, honestly. And you know, again, how I feel about it. But like, yeah, I thought when he came back to the platform after he had walked off,
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was coming back to give her a hand. Now, I didn't
Yes.
expect him to carry her. I thought he
Yes.
was like going to
You pick
assist
up
her
your
down
dress.
from the
I'll take it,
platform. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But she go ask him if, like, now my friend Peyton, we talked about, we, we had a conversation. We saw each other at the conference.
Mm-hmm.
I was at a conference on Thursday, and we saw each other in the parking lot, and she came and got in my car, and we literally talked about Love Island for like 20 minutes before we went into the conference because we were
I
there so
love it.
early.
I
Like,
love it.
so she she's like, I love that Huda went back and got that drink. I was like, now that I love, that was hilarious.
That was
She's like,
very
hold on,
relatable content.
I'm gonna need
Yeah.
to get
Yeah.
this
Because they
last
only
little
give you
drink
so
though.
many, so don't
Hello,
waste it.
so
Yeah.
let me get this drink, take my shoes off real quick.
Mm-hmm. That was relatable
But I'm
content. That
in,
was
you know.
funny.
So this
She
is gonna be a
had her
night. So let me get
moments.
this drink. Like, I mean, Huda, you know, it's not that she's a bad person. She just
No.
clearly has had some traumas, some things happen that she
It's hard
needs
to
to
watch
just work
her
through.
engaged with a partner.
Yes,
That's all.
yes,
I
yes,
just didn't want to see it on my TV anymore.
yeah. And
Nothing
Chris really
against her.
tried. He thought he was going. He thought he was going to crack the code with Huda. You
Yeah.
know, it's like, yeah, baby, that's called therapy. If you can't, if you need to, you might need to talk to someone because you continue to attract emotionally unstable women. You
Right.
might not
What's
just, you
your
might need to see what
deal?
that's
Like
about. Yeah.
Mr. Captain Savaho or whatever. It seems like
Hello?
he's maybe perhaps has a little of that energy.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Because why do you, yeah, like, go get you a healthy relationship, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Find you
Right.
a healthy partner that, you know, is ready for your love. You seem to be fairly mature. Like, get you somebody that, you know, y'all can really
Is gonna match
grow.
your energy. Yeah.
Yeah, like, come on now. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah. I'm glad we're on the same page about that. I figured we would be because I watched it. I was like, that's funny. It's a little petty, but it's funny.
I said, is he a
And
Cancer? Because, like, that's some Cancer petty shit.
what is
That's,
his sign? I don't know if I ever looked
I
him
don't think
up.
we got their astrology, the last group of people,
Yeah.
like, because I need to know
Okay, hang on.
what they got
Live.
going on.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yes, because that's Cancer level petty right there. I'm not gonna carry it.
That's something. Some kind of a
Yes, like I'm trying to think. So they had their little floating platform date, and we had Alandria and Nick had their walking on the beach with the notes. Amaya and Brian's date was so late. I'm like, how? What time was it when they went on that date? Because the whole like,
it had to
who
have
was
been
the
late.
first? Was it
The first one
Pepe?
was Pepe.
Were
No,
they
I
the
think Chris
first?
and Nick and Alandria were first.
Okay, because they got
Because they
up early to go on
Mhm.
that date. And then the other dates happened. And then at the very end, we have a Maya and Brian. I'm like, what time was it? Because it was late. I know they was tired. They was like, we can't take
Yeah.
no nap. Like, all we doing is waiting around for
Look,
people to come back and talk about their dates and go on my date.
literally the sleep schedule that they have these people on. I'm not even gonna get into it. I was
Yeah.
gonna be like the sleep schedule, and you got this woman behind you poking you, being like, "Wake up, cuddle me, Wake up.
That's exactly what I was about. And he would just stay rolled over. I said, I know that's right. Because I would have too. I'm asleep.
I get so little sleep here as is. Like, please
Uh-huh.
leave me alone.
Leave me alone. I'm not making
Um,
threats. Girl.
no. So, okay, I just pulled up the charts. It looks like Chris is an Aries, which is really surprising,
Really? We need the
right?
whole chart.
We need the
Yeah.
whole chart. Let
And
me see if there's any
Aries.
more information in here
Chris, for
because
real, call me. Call me.
call me.
So I can get it juicy for you. Okay, sorry.
But
You know,
he's
you
okay,
like it?
wait.
You an Aries? Okay.
Look at this. Okay. Sorry. This website has most of their information. So his birthday, April 11th, 1998, Sun in Aries, Moon in Libra, Venus in Pisces. I think that's what it is. It's the Pisces Venus. It's very like yeah, that's what it is. Aries Mercury, Aries Mars. This is your man.
This is my man. What year did you say he was born in? 98 or 88? You said
98.
98. Okay. I was like,
98.
couldn't have been 88 because that would have been perfect.
No, yeah, he's
I was
98.
like, but they don't let old people on the show, so I know it couldn't have been 88.
Right. He's got it. Yeah. Hey, look, he's pretty young. And now I'm like, this website has a lot of information. Anybody else you want to know anything about? Let me scroll back up here. Oh my God.
Well, she's
Huda
a
has
Virgo, so.
such a Virgo. Let me look at the rest of her chart. Huda, Virgo Sun, Virgo Moon, Virgo Mercury, Virgo Venus, Leo Mars. Doesn't that
Oh,
track?
wow. Yeah.
Doesn't
Very
that
much
track?
so. I had heard that she had a big Virgo stellium already, but like I didn't know which planets they were. My God.
Wild.
That's a lot. That's too much Virgo. That's too much Virgo for me. Yeah. And the Aries, I'm surprised. I'm surprised. Like he was really into her. Like just energetically.
Yeah. He just want
Even on
he
one of the
just
scenes, one of the episodes, was it like it was either the last or the second to last episode? I feel like I feel like he was tipsy when he was talking, but it was very physical. Like everything that they were doing the little questions between the couples, like the little fun game. Maybe it was
yeah.
After Sun or something, but like everything he said that he liked about her was physical. Like he's like, yeah, like so I feel like
Because
he
what
was at
else
the
do you have
point
so
where
far?
yeah, yeah.
You don't have much
Like
else.
yeah, at that but I think in the beginning he liked more of her personality, like when they first were kind of in that phase, like we know this is days we're talking about, not weeks or months, but like
Yeah.
the first few days, he seemed to like her personality, and it seemed like as things went on, it just was like, I like fucking you. Or
I like
your
your
thighs, or
body.
I like your
Yeah.
body. Like, yeah. I was like, yeah,
Also,
he's
when they
done.
asked him what his favorite part was, and he was like, playing basketball with the boys. And she's just
That
standing
was
there
very telling. Very telling.
like you are just you're being like this on purpose.
It was done. It was done. But also, like, why did his mama and sister come on there and set him up like that? Like, y'all could have backed that man up. He was looking for anybody to tell him that it
Yeah.
was okay to be done with this. And everybody was like, keep trying. Even Brian. I was like, not your best friend.
No, somebody must have told him. Somebody must have told everybody else, like, don't try to mess this up for him.
He was looking for anybody to validate like that. Nah, this is crazy, bro. You should definitely get out. Like, and everybody was like, nope, you should stay with it.
That pissed me off, honestly.
Yeah, it
That
did.
really pissed me off. I was like, can somebody just tell him what's good?
Yeah, like no, bro, no, she wild. Like you should get away from her. Like she's unhealed. She is unhealed, and you should run.
Yeah, it ain't good. Ain't good.
Free Chris. So I'm glad Chris has been freed.
He has been free.
You know, again, call me Chris.
Hey.
I
Hey.
know what to do with that Aries energy now. I know what
For
to do
real.
with it,
I can do it.
and I will, and I will.
And will.
That's 6'8". I can climb. I can climb. I love to climb trees. Okay, all right. My
Any
fantasies.
I'm trying. Okay, I'm like
Who
trying to
else was
think.
on the show?
So we talked about Nicolandria. We talked about Huda and Chris. Obviously our winners, Amaya Papaya and Brian. They seem like they could really be together. I feel like that is pretty genuine.
Yeah, I mean, I think just culturally, like all of that. Just they probably gonna be married next year or something. Like
he's a Capricorn. They don't have any other information for him, but he is a Capricorn.
I like that. You know, he's very grounded.
Hmm.
And I think that's helpful for her. She's very, you know, she's got a lot of emotion. And he's like, no,
Hmm.
I love that about you. Don't change. And I'm like, that's your man, girl. That's your
That's your
man.
man. Well, and her whole thing being like, don't change yourself. Like that's an inspiring message. Like that's the
Absolutely.
she needed to win to redeem the season. If she didn't,
Yes.
the season was going to be
Yeah.
a bust. You know?
Oh, it's just trash.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah.
also, okay, now I'm looking at her chart. So they don't have any other information for Brian other than that he's a Capricorn. But
Hmm.
Maya obviously is a Scorpio. Okay, her moon, this must not be super accurate, but it says either Sagittarius or Capricorn. They're not sure. Mercury in Scorpio, Venus in Libra, Mars in Capricorn.
Definitely see the Libra. The Libra Venus makes all kinds of sense.
Hmm. Yeah,
All
it
kinds of
does.
sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
I could see, I don't know about the moon. Yeah. I was like, I almost was gonna say I could see Sag moon, but like then I'm like, well, maybe not. I don't know. Yeah,
I
I'd
could
be
see
interested to
Sag
see it.
Sag Moon only because Sages tend to not be quite so emotional, so maybe that's more of the Scorpio, but like
Yeah.
the chaos, like her little
Yeah. The
zoomies
zoomies.
and
That's what I thought about. I was like, I mean, that's kind of Sag, like just like
just all the
chaotic
sound
energy. Yeah.
bites,
Yeah.
the way she like talks to herself and
The
hypes
talking
herself
to
up,
herself.
like
Even I'm like,
that
yeah, I
feels
talk to
very
myself like
Sag
that
to
too.
me.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I don't
Maybe
know.
that was why it was so relatable. I'm like, girl, she just be talking to herself, and I'm like, me too, girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like somebody else is there.
She really, as you said that she would, she really grew on me. When she first came in, I was like, man, this
Yeah.
is a lot. She's a lot.
Shelby was like, nope, no, thank you.
I can't do this. But she showed herself to be one of the only people on the show, not one of the only, but like not everybody was as genuine and
Yeah.
as real and as lovable and likable as her. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
My sensitive gangster.
My sensitive gangster, girl. Like, she just did funny things, and it was just so genuine. Like, I think, and not to get into a comparison or anything with Ace, like I think it's just it's personality difference too. It's like Leo is gonna give you like a performance, right?
Yes.
Like there's performative nature to that personality, whereas like her like antics were just like that's the
Just
Sagittarius piece
naturally.
too.
Yes.
Like a natural, like, what is she talking about? Like, what's
And
your favorite
that's
color? Like, what?
yeah.
What
Part of
kind of
why they
diversion is
probably
that,
had
girl?
tension is
Right?
because
Yeah.
she's not performing. She's
Right.
just genuinely funny and people want to see what she's doing. Whereas
Mm-hmm.
Ace is very intentional about what he's
Yes.
showing you.
Yes.
I can't remember his name. I think I sent you one of his videos and I was like, I really like this guy's takes on
Uh-huh.
Love Island. I'm blanking on his name, but he had like a running joke in all of his Love Island analysis videos about Ace having an MFA in like theater performance, like like in the dramatics. Like he would like reference it every single time, and I'd be like, yeah, this man is he's performing. He's an artist right
Performing.
now.
Yes. And that's what just would drive me. I think that's what drove me crazy. It's just like he would just always be performing. It's just always so put on. And I'm like,
Hmm.
just like relax. Like
Right.
I can see him as entertaining and funny and all of that. I'm just like, just you don't have to do so much. Like it's
Right.
just a little too much. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
scale it back.
Scale it back a little bit. Yeah. No, that makes sense. I
Yeah.
enjoyed watching, like I didn't want him to win. I wasn't rooting for him, but I
Yeah.
was glad he was on the show. Like
Yeah.
his I don't know, his performance was intriguing to me. Like
Uh-huh.
like I wanted to see what I know that that's not how you're supposed to play the game and maybe it's cuz this is the first time I've ever really watched Love Island, but like
Yeah.
it's hard for me to imagine. I think it's relatable because I think if I was on a reality show, I would play it like Big Brother no matter what. Like I think I couldn't help myself. I think I would be like calculated
Get
about
them out
it.
of here.
It'd be really hard to be very genuine on a show like
Yeah.
this and to
Yeah.
like let let not only the people in this villa, but like everybody watching in.
Yeah.
Like that's a deep level of vulnerability.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
Amaya did it with no shame, and I think that's beautiful.
It was beautiful. It really
And I don't
was.
know that I
Like
could do it.
I certainly couldn't at this, definitely not at this big age.
Certainly not now. Yeah.
Like there's just so much. And I think that's why the reality shows that you do see with older cast members, there is so much like putting on and like, I'm showing you what I want you to see and all this stuff
Yes.
because I'm not,
Yeah.
being raw and real. Like, oh no,
hmm Yeah.
that's
You
risky.
don't get to have access to that. You're
Mm-hmm.
not,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And again, I think that's part of why they cast this show for people who are, significantly younger for the most
Mm-hmm.
part. Like nobody is out of their 20s. And even like they talked a lot about Shelly. So she's like 27,
She's 27. Her and Orlando are about 27.
both
Mm-hmm.
27. Okay, yeah. But then like her next to Ace, who's like just 21 or 22, I'm like,
Yeah.
ooh, that's wild.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Now, Ace does also strike me as someone who's lived a lot of life in a
Yeah.
short amount of time.
Yeah. I think
You know,
probably product of where he's from, and grew up in certain neighborhoods and certain, lifestyle. Like, you gotta be a little more grown. I think is he the oldest of his siblings? No, he's not, because his sister that came on was older.
Oh, that's right. His sister that came up was
Yeah. Because I was gonna say if he's the oldest, also that would give to like presenting a
He might
little
be the oldest
older.
boy though.
Yeah, might be. Yeah.
That would make sense.
I just think like um I mean, again, if you like it, I love it. But I'm like, I can remember being 27. I definitely was not trying to date 22-year-olds at 27. Like
No.
that
Definitely not.
gap is, especially in your 20s, that gap, like 5 years in your 20s is significant. Like 5 years in your 30s less, 5 years in your 40s much less, and on and on. But like in your 20s,
At that time,
27 to
that's such a
22.
deep divide between like at 27, 28, I'm like, I have an established job or career. I'm on a career path. 21, 22, like I just got here into the real world.
Right. I
Yeah.
just gotta be able to drink for real. And do like still can't rent a car. Like, the brain not fully developed, that. Like
Right.
I'm not interested in dating undeveloped brains.
Yes. Which it's so interesting. And I think especially from this perspective. Now, in my 30s and, onward into my 40s and stuff like that, I could see if I was in the situation to date somebody who was 30 at 40, I don't see that being as big of an issue. Like you are in different stages of life, but
yeah,
it's not quite so drastic. But I was fully out here at 21, 22, hanging out with 27. I was 18 hanging out with people who were 26, 27, who were, and in hindsight, you're like, ew, why did you want to hang out with me?
Listen, I was 19, fooling around with a 32-year-old at one point. And now I'm like,
what was wrong with that man?
What was going on with that man? He was, I was a little hot little thing now, but
Sure.
damn. Right.
This was I. Right. Yeah, obviously. But what did you
old as hell trying to get on it, but men, well, when it's a man, we already know.
Yeah. You already know. Yeah. And I'm sure I've told you this before too. So sorry if I've said it before. I don't know that I've said it on air, but I remember I worked in the same place. I started working there when I was 15, and then I worked there into like till I went to college, and then I would come back over the summer and work there too. And so, you're 15, 16, 17 working with all these people who are older than you. Like the first time you have a job, you start to interact with other adults or whatever. Yeah. It was a big deal when I turned 18 because they would all call me jailbait. And I was like, haha, that's so funny. And like as an adult, I told somebody that recently, like more recently, I was telling a story about that. And I hadn't I realized I had not said that out loud to another person since I was like 17, 18 years old. And they were like, ugh. Yep. I was like, you're right. That's disgusting. I'm like, I'm 33. I cannot imagine even 3, 4, 5 years ago being like, oh yeah.
Right.
So glad you finally turned 18.
Right. Like that's some creepy ass shit. And that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like that's that lying in wait. Like, like that whole jailbait thing is always. But when you're young, you're like,
you're flattered by it because
right.
You don't know the difference.
You don't know better, for real.
Yeah.
You get older, like
you're
that's
like, I'm so cool and mature.
Right. Right. I'm
That's
so
why they
much
want to
your
hang out with
friend.
me. Not
Older
because
guys
I'm
like
young and
you.
stupid.
Right, right. That
Uh,
part. Mm.
anyway, okay, I guess that's pretty much everybody except I mean, I guess we can shout out to Iris and Pepe. I
Iris
did
and
enjoy
Pepe.
them. Their trauma bonds. Yeah. I don't know that they'll
Oh,
make it, but they both were very chill and I liked that.
I love the chill vibes,
They're just,
Pisces, Libra. It's just like we
yeah,
just chilling. They were just
they're just
always
vibing.
cuddle up together, chilling. I'm like, I'm here for that. That's me. That's the vibe I need to. That's the vibe I want to be on. We just over here
Mhm.
cuddled up
Yep.
in the shade, trying
Yep.
to stay cool.
They were the chillest parents out of all of them. They were like,
Now
yep.
listen, now they
Okay.
did leave them babies next to the stove top.
I did see that. I don't know how they passed and Ace and Shelly didn't because after I saw them leave the babies on the counter, I was like, oh, okay.
Oh,
But
you know that they protested about that. How did they was essentially the funny thing about them is like that they like to win things. Now that is very
yes,
clear from their
yeah,
conversations with each other. They like to win
hmm
things.
together,
And
yes.
they talk about, like how did we lose? They literally left their baby on the stove.
Now, I think so. My thoughts about that were that it was less about how well taken care of the kids were and more about how you co-parented.
Yes.
And
Yes.
Iris and Pepe were on the same vibe. Ace and Shelly both wanted to win, but they also wanted to beat each other. Like they
Yes.
wanted, like, I want to
Be the
be the
better
better
parent.
parent.
Yes.
Yeah. So they were like, they were showing off to each other, and it was like, no, 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 that defeats the purpose. You're parenting together. I think that's why they didn't win. What's
Yeah.
why they didn't pass.
Yeah. And I think that came up. It's just like we're not on the same page about this thing.
Yeah, I think
Like,
there was also some scenes that we didn't see with
Oh
that
yeah. Yeah.
for
Oh
sure.
yeah.
Because like
Definitely.
they made little comments back and forth to each other, but everything seemed fine. So
Yeah.
hard to say.
I enjoyed of course, I'm like Ace, that's very Ace to say like, about I'm cussing around my baby. And I was like,
Well, yeah, yeah.
cussing
And
around my
Taylor being like, "Oh,
children.
sorry, sorry."
Right. I'm like, y'all are something else. Y'all are
He
something
was again.
else.
His performance was funny to me. Like I
Yes.
enjoyed
Yes.
watching his setups and
Uh-huh.
his little acts that he
His
would put
acts.
on.
When he
Yeah.
helped Taylor with this date, that was cute.
Yes, that was
The
very
running
cute. The
waiter, forgot the water.
asking the cheerleading thing for Clark was very
Uh-huh.
cute.
That was very cute. Very
Yeah.
cute. All the boys getting together. They did a nice little routine. I was like, come on, routine.
Yeah,
She
I thought that was
appreciated
fun.
it. Yes.
That made me laugh because Taylor was like, "Wait!" They were all about to toast, and he was like, "Stop, stop!" It's like, what? Like everybody was like, "What the fuck is happening right
Okay,
now?"
because we're ready to drink. Who was it? Somebody was like, hold on, because we're ready to drink. Like, why are we stopping the toast?
Right, right.
Oh, it was
Please.
Clark. She said that on After Sun. That's what it was. She was like, "Why are we stopping the toast? Because I'm ready for this drink. What you
I
mean? We
need.
gotta get
I
like
only
what?
get two a day. I need
Hello,
it.
like I'm ready to drink. Why are we stopping?" So yes, yeah, it was cute. I think. I mean, a lot of people, at least on Reddit, the last week of episodes were like, "Where were these episodes all season? Like everything
Yeah.
felt so light and so
Hmm.
fun again." And we're like, "This is what Love Island is usually like the whole season."
Right.
Not just at
Right.
the end. Like, what
Yeah.
happened? Like, it was
No, I
just
need
so,
this.
yeah.
I need this to be a little more like I'm watching the show so I can like dissociate and have fun. Like
It's
I
a
don't want to
fun
be
escape.
this
Yeah.
stressed out about it. Yeah. No, not
Yeah,
good.
this is the most stressed I've been. Now, I'm saying like last season, there were definitely
Mhm.
things, as you will see. When I was talking to my friend Peyton, like, when she revealed that she has now also finished season 6, I'm like, girl, you just been watching Love Island. Like, that's a
Mhm.
lot you've watched a lot of Love Island in a very
That's a
short amount of
lot.
time.
Yes.
And so she was talking to me about people from last season, like Kaylor and all these people. And it's like, yeah, all of that too, girl. Yeah. But she was drawing references between the two
Oh,
casts.
yes.
When you watch that, you will also see, there's definitely drama, and some moments that kind of get you a little heated, but like
Mhm.
overall, it was a much more natural and fun season. They
Mhm.
kept the fun about it. It wasn't like overly
Yeah.
heavy with emotions or like drama.
Hmm.
Yeah, like people going home, like they sent people home, just send them home. Like, stop trying to keep these people.
Right. Like
We had,
yeah, clearly again, the overreach is a big
yeah,
part of
yeah.
all of it. So hopefully, next summer we'll try again.
Okay,
See what
we
happens.
got until next summer. That's the
Yeah.
only thing about Love Island is that I think that's why you end up watching old seasons because you're like, man, what now? Like, what do I do now?
Right. It
Because I've
really has
devoted this
consumed
much
my
time.
life.
Yes,
Yeah. The voting and the content and
yeah.
yeah.
Reading constant think pieces on just different, just small things about the
Mhm.
show. Like, now I'm like, okay, well, what's now?
What now? Are you gonna watch the spinoff, the season 6 spinoff?
I am already
You're
watching
already watching it? Yeah.
Beyond the Villa.
Okay, oh,
I'm
you did say that earlier. I forgot that's what it's
Yeah.
called.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it's called. I think the second episode has already dropped, but I haven't watched it yet because like I said this week, the TV has been watching me. And by that
Hmm.
I mean the screensaver has been on. I've not watched anything because I've been off in daydream land,
Look,
fantasizing about me
sometimes
and my new man.
my new man.
My new
Look,
man.
sometimes you need a little break from the TV for, you got to keep that imagination active and sharp, and it
It'd be sharp
sounds
now.
like it is. And it sounds like it is.
It's very sharp. The fantasies are alive and well. I mean, it'd be stuff like I just want to wash his hair and like
This is the most water sign shit I've ever heard you say. But also, it's
I
like
wash your
it's the
hair and just
intimacy.
detangle it with the Y2
It's
comb.
the
Yeah, get your little
there's
curls popping
nothing
out.
more intimate than someone like the little,
Ooh,
let me wash your hair. Man, that reminds me that this is a little side note, but Sam was sick the other day. He had a sinus infection and he kept being like, my face hurts so bad because like the pressure, the sinus pressure or whatever. And so
mm-hmm.
I was like, let me do something. I got my little gua sha out. And so he like
Yeah,
laid down in my lap and I was like doing the gua sha on his face and shit. And I was like, this feels good.
that's the kind of shit I like.
This is so
Let me
nice.
just take care of you. Let me
He
just.
was like, you don't have to keep doing this. And I was like, no, I want to.
I want you to be well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It's the
it's
healing
the intimacy.
nature.
Yes.
Yeah, I got a lot out of it. Yeah, yeah,
I love
it
see.
feels good. It's like, yeah, and who wouldn't want that? Well, plenty of people wouldn't want that. I know, but once you're in it, it feels good. It feels really
That's
good.
so great. I wish somebody would do my hair. I need somebody to want to retwist these locks for free.
Yeah, please,
You just let me
please.
sit between your legs and you just
Hmm.
retwist my locks. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Well, okay, it's about that time anyway, so maybe we wrap up and let us both fall into our daydream land. One quick thing before we get out of here that I
Yeah.
wanted to make sure to plug is I on Monday am recording an episode. I'm going to be a guest on another podcast. So a friend of mine that somebody in the roller derby community at Holmes, he has a podcast called Holmes Room, which I think is cute because his last name is Holmes. Holmes Room.
Mm-hmm.
And him and his co-host Caitlin just kind of tackle a bunch of different topics. I didn't realize this, so he's somebody who's been in the derby community for a while, and him and I have not really had a ton of conversation. But it was about this time last month that I was at a game and he was there, and so we kind of started talking. I said something about astrology. He told me he's a Libra. I told him I had a podcast and he was like, no way, me too. And then he was asking like what platform we use. And I told him that we record on Riverside. He said he's like a beta tester for a bunch of Riverside stuff. They
Oh.
also use Riverside. They've been using it for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes they'll like roll out new features and stuff and he gets to test them out. It's like, oh, okay, put me on. Anyway, so I'm going to be a guest on their podcast, and I think I forgot to tell you, he's a para at an elementary school,
Okay.
and he works with like the kids in the high needs classroom. So
Yes.
we started talking about that, and he was like, "Oh my God, we should have you on the podcast." And I was like, "Okay, bet."
Yes. Educators
He,
Unite.
Yeah, I know. He sent me both of their like birth times and stuff like that. So I went ahead and looked at their charts, and I'm not great at this, but I was like, oh, let me just see what I see, and then we can talk about it a little bit on the podcast. Anyway, I just wanted to plug that. I'm not sure when the episode
Yes.
will be out, but I will probably know that by next week. So
We'll
I'll
come
let you
back and
guys
share
know.
the drop
Yeah,
date so you can
maybe they'll
listen.
let me share it in our feed or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm sure they will. Oh, you mean on the RSS feed? Okay, I was
Yes.
like, sure, why wouldn't they? Yeah,
Yeah,
but no,
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
understand what
yeah.
you mean.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so anyway, just wanted to plug that real quick. Go check them out. And they just cover a lot of different mental health topics and different things like that, but then they have fun stuff like this. So I'm gonna be over there next week, and yeah, that's all.
That'll be so fun.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to it. She'll be out there
Um,
doing her thing.
I'm trying my best. Anything else before we get out of here?
Well, okay, so next week we will have Stoner Scopes.
Yeah.
We would have this week, but I was like, we'll just see. I felt like we were gonna chat, a little bit.
We
So
were gonna shoot the shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
and especially if we're gonna talk about Love Island, I was like, yeah, we could probably save the Stoner Scopes for next week. So we'll get those July Stoner Scopes in right before the month ends.
Yes. Okay.
But outside of that, episode topic TBD. We shall
We'll
see
see.
what we're
We
talking
shall see.
about next week.
Yeah.
But until then, if you all want to reach us, if you want to leave a comment, ask questions, have a chart reading, anything like that, email us at suchapiscespod@gmail.com. And that is spelled SUCHAPISCESPOD @gmail.com.
You can also find us at Such a Pisces Pod, of course, on Instagram and on TikTok. Those are the only platforms we're really using right now. And of course, if you haven't already, wherever you are listening to this podcast, please give us a 5-star review, leave us a rating, tell us what you think. Okay, we want it all. If you're not going to rate us 5 stars, you might as well just not do it. It's okay.
Yeah, no, don't be.
Keep engaging with our polls, commenting on social media, anything you have that'll help us kind of get out there for other people. If you have a friend that also is really obsessed with Love Island right now, maybe send this to them. Okay, because one thing that I have learned in my brief time period being obsessed with Love Island is that everybody who's watching it wants to talk about it. Okay, and they want to hear other
Everybody.
people talking about it too.
Yes.
So
I'm like, wait, you watch Love Island? Girl, what did you think about this? Do you love this person?
do you hate this
Can
person?
you
What is your
believe
opinion?
what happened with them?
Yes, exactly. So be sure to share and yeah, get us out there.
Get us out there, girl. Tell a friend. Share it with your folk.
That's right.
Astrology loving, Love Island loving, reality TV loving, anything else tangent loving, folk.
Anything. Just like to hear women talking. I don't know.
Like to hear women talking. To slightly, maybe inebriated women talking. Maybe.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Sometimes. Yeah.
If you like to hear giggling, this is a great podcast
Oh
for
man,
giggling.
we got
do a
so
lot
much of
it.
that for you. You want to
Yes.
hear some
Many
giggling? You want some
giggles.
good energy?
Yes.
We got it. We got it.
We're your girls. So, in the meantime and in between time, stay safe in these streets and protect your energy.
And as always, continue to seduce and scheme safely.
Catch y'all next
Bye, y'all.